Today we're going to learn how to use Photostory presentation software to take still photos and turn them into a video presentation. We're going to start by opening the Photostory application. Just double click the application on your screen and you'll see the opening setup screen for Photostory. From this screen, you're going to want to choose to begin a new story. So make that selection and then hit next. The next step in our process is to import our pictures. So once you click on the Import Pictures button, it'll take you to all the places on your computer where you can go ahead and import. I'm going to import from the butterfly folder. And I'm going to select all the photos within my, if I didn't do that correctly, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to select more photos and we're going to import them all. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and just select a bunch here. And then we'll just go ahead and import these pictures. So once you import them, all of your still pictures appear at the bottom of your toolbar. From this view, you can see that because of the error I made in importing my pictures at first, I actually imported two of the same. You can actually get rid of the extra one here just by highlighting it and then going over onto the right side and hitting the delete button. So I now have the 5 photos that I'd wish to use in my Photostory. From this point on, we can arrange the order of our photos. You can click each photo and just scroll through to see the order that your photos are going to appear. And then you can determine whether or not you'd like to retain that order or to make a switch. I'm actually going to switch the photo that's highlighted here and place it over one. To do that, I'm going to use the directional arrows. Right now I have to move back, so I'm going to select this and I'm going to move that photo back in the presentation order. So if I go back to the very first photo and then I review my pictures, I can scroll through them and determine whether I have those photos in the order that I'd like for them to appear in my project. On this screen, you can also edit your photos by using the Edit feature. From this Edit feature, we can rotate our photos. We can remove any red eye problems. If you have a picture showing a person that might have some red eye that needs correction, you can adjust the color quality of your photo. I'm not going to edit any of these photos today. Over here under the import pictures, you'll also see a message that says remove black borders. If you remove the black borders, it gives you a better photo quality for your Photostory. So we're going to go ahead and select that option. And the story analysis is going to give you a preview of how your photos look after the black edges are removed. We're going to reply yes to all. That applies that feature to all of our photos all at once, so we only have to do it one time. So we'll wait while it processes that application. And it has successfully removed the black borders from our photos, so we're going to hit OK. We're then going to hit the next button at the bottom. From here, you'll go to a screen where we can add titles to our pictures. This is actually going to give us a written script to what our pictures are. On the first picture, I'm going to entitle this Transformation, because this is actually a series of photos which show the transformation of a butterfly, caterpillar into a butterfly. Sorry for that pause. Also in this, because I've typed this text in here, it's black and you can't see it. We have our text options above our text where we can import our text. First one allows us to change our font and our font color, our font size. So we can just choose any of those. And we'll make it bold, maybe a little bit larger. You can even opt to choose the color, change the color. So I'll change it to lime and select OK at the top. From here, you see that our text is in the center of our picture. So we can use these options here. These are our 3 alignment buttons. You can left align, center align, or right align. And then we can either move our text to the top, the middle, or the bottom. I'm going to leave it there at the top. You can go ahead and complete that process for each one of your photos if you like. For the sake of saving some time, I'm just going to go ahead and do that with the first slide. And I'll just go ahead and do one more example on the last slide. So I can go ahead and highlight this text box here and type in ready for release. This butterfly was actually hatched within my home, so he deserves to be released out into the wild. And again, you can't really see that font very well, so maybe I'd like to right align that. So it pulls that into the corner. It has a really nice font there in the corner. Once you've added all your text, we can go ahead and hit next. At this point in time, we could narrate our pictures with an audio track. At our school, we don't have microphones available for the students, so we're not going to add any audio to this. So we're going to go ahead and skip this portion and move on to next. On the next page, we can add some background music to our video presentation. You can select music from your own files, or you can create music from some predetermined tracks that are included with the program. I'm just going to use the one that's here. If you'd like to play it and hear what they sound like, you can always hit the play button. We're going to go ahead and just import that. So we'll hit OK. You can see right here where it's added that track right above all of our photos. And then you could also preview. We're just going to go ahead and move on to the next slide. On the next slide, it asks us what we want to do with our story. We're going to actually save our story to play it back on our computer. We can select our location, and we're going to go ahead and hit next. At this point in time, the program is actually generating our video. So at this stage, step 2, it's adding our music track. After it adds our music track, in the next slide you're going to see that it actually is going to mix the video pictures with the audio track. So that'll be step 3. And that's happening now. We're mixing the audio. And step 4 is where it's actually generating our video from our still pictures. At this point in time, we want to be sure that we save our project. I'm going to save it as Butterfly I'm going to save. And then you can view your story. That is our Photostory presentation. Students will be using Photostory to create a video presentation from still pictures that will describe a creative project they did within a music class. They'll be describing the style and the form of the music. as well as why they chose the interpretation that they decided to use. That concludes our program.